admire you. Louise is a great woman.
Let's go out there, YouTube land, and also social media lands. Welcome to an all-new video. In this video, we're doing a movie review of a newer film that came out a couple weeks ago, and is a remake of a 2022 film, so we're going to get right into it. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you miss this video and any other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms, such as X, Instagram, Patreon, Threads, Facebook. Pretty much all of those. I pretty much post on regularly, so definitely check them out. As always, people, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're doing a movie review of a new film that just came out a couple weeks ago, and is a remake of a 2022 Swedish film called Speak No Evil. Yeah, Speak No Evil. Yeah. So Speak No Evil, like I said, is a remake of a Swedish 2022 film, basically the same storyline, and this one, of course, has some more well-known actors added to it to really bring to life this story. And they really wanted to, I feel, kind of one-up that original Swedish film and kind of give it a whole new twist to the American, side of the world, I feel. But this film is definitely interesting. It's good. It has some great moments. It has some moments I'm just like, I could do better with that. And there's just, some of the actors and actresses in the film, they were really good, and then there were some that were just kind of like mediocre kind of deal. But overall, the film itself is pretty decent and has a decent, cast, a decent story, and is an interesting take on kind of a modern day kind of thriller, kind of psycho type of people, which I thought was really done well. So this movie happens to be directed none other by a decent director who's directed some interesting things over the years, and is a decent, director that really knows thrillers, kind of horror type of genre, and is decent in that field. And that happens to be the director known as Mr. James Watkins. Oh yeah, James Watkins! Woo! James Watkins! So James Watkins has directed a few other things over the years, and is, a pretty, well-known kind of indie filmmaker who a lot of people enjoy what he brings. They like his writing. They like, kind of that very independent feeling type of film, and he definitely was one of those ones that was a good choice for this type of film. And I think he really showed that in his directing style for this movie, because this movie, like I said, was very good, but it had some flaws to it, of course, but most of the flaws weren't his fault. It was more of the casting department's fault. And I just feel like the writing could have been a little bit better, but overall I think that James did a really good job of bringing it to life and giving us a really solid thriller film that, is, I think, a decent remake of that 2022 film. Now, James, I think, has a really good eye for thriller type of films. Like, he has a good eye for suspense and for, bringing that kind of jump scare type of feel to you in a film. And he really did a good job of bringing that in this film, where you really are kind of guessing throughout the whole film, and you're kind of wondering which direction is going to go into. And I think James did a good job of bringing that to life and giving us a really good kind of, I'm thinking of what's going to happen, and I'm, kind of going, oh, that's an interesting way to go, and I thought James did a good job of that. Now, if you haven't seen anything else James has directed, definitely check out a great film he did in 2012 that stars Daniel Radcliffe called The Woman in Black. Yeah, The Woman in Black. Yeah. Now, this is a really great film. I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought that overall, Daniel Radcliffe was really good, and it was a good kind of like ghost story kind of film. And I thought James did a great job of giving us a really solid kind of ghost film that had a lot of great kind of backstory, along with some like, kind of intertwined with kind of history and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed that, and I thought that overall the film itself was a really good, directing staple for showing how good of a director he is. Yet, he had a really great eye for the look of the film and the locations and all that kind of stuff, and I just thought he did a really decent job with that, and I thought it was really solid. If you haven't seen anything James Watkins has directed, definitely check out Woman in Black. He did a really decent job with it. But overall, I thought he did a really great job with a remake of Speak No Evil and gave us a really great modern version that was really interesting and just overall, I thought, a decent remake. If you haven't seen anything James Watkins has directed, go check out Speak No Evil in theaters now. He did a really good job. So this movie has a really decent cast. Quite a few of the people that were in this I thought were decent. Some of them I thought, I could have done without them. Their characters definitely were very irritating, or I just don't think they did a good job of bringing that character to life. Now, to start us off is kind of the main villain himself, Mr. James McAvoy. Oh yeah, James McAvoy. Woo, James McAvoy. So James McAvoy is really fantastic. I absolutely love what he brings to his films. He's always been great, from Atonement to, X-Men films where he played Professor X. We had him play in several other films over the years that he's just really fantastic in. And he just overall is always a really great actor to watch. And he always brings really funness to his characters, and he always does them justice. And he did that with his character in this. I thought he was a really fantastic villain. He played the part so perfectly and to the point, and I really enjoyed just what he brought to the character, and that it felt like a real villain, and it felt like he had kind of that evil, almost enemy-like character in the film, and he seemed like he was really that person. That's just how good McAvoy is, and I just really enjoyed all the little tidbits he brought to the character. Now, I know he mentioned in an interview recently that he actually got an inspiration from Andrew Tate for the character a little bit, and I thought that was kind of interesting because definitely Andrew Tate is very masculine type of guy, and so I think that's kind of what he was trying to say he was bringing to the character a little bit. And, I thought that he definitely brought that kind of crazy masculine edge to the character. And, I thought that really made the villain a villain. And I thought that it was a really clever idea. And I think it worked really well for the character. Now, if you haven't seen McAvoy in anything, definitely check him out in a great film that came out in 2016 called Split. Yeah, Split. Yeah. He is absolutely fantastic as this character. All the different characters he plays throughout this whole entire film are on point, and each character is so different. And I absolutely love that this film really shows how talented McAvoy is. And what M. Night Shyamalan got out of him in the film was just so superb and so well done. And I just really enjoyed everything it brought to the characterization. And I just think that this film really shows that McAvoy is so talented in every aspect. He can do all the different genres. And at the same time, he does such a great job with providing different accents too as well, because he's a native of Scotland and his normal accent is Scottish. So I really impressed when he talks like in an English accent or like an American accent. I think it's really amazing, and he does such a great job with that. And he brought that to that character in Split. If you haven't seen McAvoy anything recently, check him out in Split. He did a really phenomenal job with that character. But overall, I thought he was a really great person to pick for this main character, main enemy. He did a fantastic job, and overall, he did just a fun and brought to life a great villain. If you haven't seen McAvoy anything recently, go check him out and Speak No Evil now. He did a phenomenal job. So that brings me to the final actor I could talk about this was in this film, and that, of course, is kind of the main good guy in the film, the main lead guy, and that, of course, is Mr. Scoot McNairy. Oh yeah, Scoot McNairy, woo! Scoot McNairy, you might recognize as kind of a bit player in a ton of films over the years. He's always been kind of like a side character, or he's like either a bad guy or a good guy sometimes. He's a really well-rounded, versatile actor. And I really enjoy him because everything he brings to life is always super enjoyable. And that's what he did in this film. Even though his character was very kind of like, let the woman do everything type of deal. That's the kind of feeling I got from the character. I still was impressed with what he brought to the character and how he kind of steps up through the film and he gets better and better throughout the film. And I just thought Scoot did a good job of bringing that to life and giving us a really, fantastic characterization that was very realistic of, the men of our time. And I think that it just was really well-rounded, and a great accompaniment to Mackenzie Davis's character. Mackenzie Davis's character I could not stand throughout this entire film. She just irritated me through the whole entire film, and I just did not like her character. And I was like kind of rooting for McAvoy and the character that plays his wife to take her out or something, because I just was like so irritated by that character, and because I just didn't care for how she presented it. I didn't care how she did, because Mackenzie Davis is a decent actress, but she was not key in that role. She just did not do a good job. But Scoot McNairy, I think, did a really good job of accompanying that and giving us a really well-rounded husband role that in the end worked out and did a great job. Now, if you haven't seen Scoot McNairy or anything, definitely check him out. A great film that came out in 2014 called Non-Stop. Yeah, Non-Stop. Ooh, this is such a great Liam Neeson film that was so fantastic. Loved it in theaters. Have watched it a billion times since it came out on DVD and Blu-ray and 4K. And it's just a really fantastic film. And I absolutely love Scoot in this film because he plays such a great bad guy that you're not sure of who he really is throughout the whole entire film. You're not sure if he's a bad guy. You're not sure if he's kind of just a bystander. And until you get to the very end to find out, he played that off so well, and he just was so good. He actually played a really good evil character, and I thought he accompanied and did a great job of giving Liam Neeson's good guy character a real run for his money throughout the film. And I just thought it really showed Scoot's kind of ability to be very, well-rounded in his acting. And just the whole setting of the film was so much fun. If you haven't seen Scoot in anything, definitely check him out in Non-Stop. He was really fantastic. But overall, I really enjoyed Scoot in Speak No Evil. He did a good job. He brought a really great characterization. And overall, I just thought he was really fun in the film. If you haven't seen him in anything, go check him out in Speak No Evil now. He did a really fantastic job. So what is Speak No Evil about? Basically, the premise of the story is this family's on vacation, and basically they end up becoming friends with this other couple and end up going to their house out in the country. Well, unbeknownst to them, this couple is known for taking couples and basically stealing their children and, basically killing off the parents and keeping the kids. And basically it's up to them to figure out how to get out of the situation and to survive. It's a decent film, decently done. Like I said, decent writing, could have been a little better, but overall I think the directing was really done well. Several of the characters were really great, even though some of them were kind of irritating. But overall, the whole film itself was a really great remake that just was super enjoyable and very entertaining. If you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend go check it out in theaters now. Speak No Evil, decent remake, worth a watch. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any other new videos you might not have seen. As always, people, huge shout out to my subscribers, new and old. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. And if you want to show more support for the channel, please check out my awesome Patreon, where once you become a part of my Patreon, you get all kinds of extra crucial you don't get here on the YouTube channel. As always, catch you next one.